Hi, and welcome to The Gist. Thanks so much for listening today. These days, the internet is full of critical views on modern communication. Some people feel that the pendulum has swung too far, with all of us being oversensitive to speech, particularly the younger generations. It's fair to say that our societies can't thrive if we make it impossible to discuss matters truthfully and openly. But on the other hand, there is a place in our world for compassionate communication. To paraphrase Barack Obama, we can disagree without being disagreeable. Of course, this is easier said than done, especially when we're busy, frustrated, or stressed out. But remembering Stephen Covey's advice about seeking first to understand, then to be understood, goes a long way. Here are some ways we can connect with people first before we correct, advise, or convince. Provide space for others to express themselves. Whether it's a child, a partner, a friend, or a work colleague, we are all human with pretty similar needs. Consistently giving people some room to open up does wonders. It also helps to put ourselves in their shoes. After all, who are you most likely to open up to? Someone who's approachable and attentive, who you know will listen with an open mind, or someone who'll jump in with criticism, quick fixes, or unsolicited advice. The simple notion of treating others as you want to be treated never gets old. And if you practice patience with others, you are much more likely to get the same courtesy in return. Take time to connect when things are going smoothly. As we've all no doubt experienced, it's really hard to connect with people when one or both parties are angry. In fact, connecting is the last thing we want to do in such moments. But if we nurture our relationships consistently and build a solid connection with the people in our lives, conversations are easier when we do disagree. It's a little like healthy eating and exercise. If we eat well and move our bodies on a regular basis, we're better able to cope with and bounce back from illness when it hits. So it goes with relationships. We can find little ways to connect with people. Having some laughs with your team over lunch, even when everyone's busy, or sharing a cup of tea with your spouse at the end of each day just to catch up. With young children, a great way to connect is to join in on activities they already love doing. It can be a little harder with teenagers, but they still need connection more than we think. With teens, the houseplant approach sometimes works best. In other words, just being around without forcing conversation gives them an opportunity to open up if they choose. Maybe they want to vent about friends, or talk about something cool they learned at school, or share the latest meme that's got them in stitches. Avoid filtering people's words through your own lens. Psychotherapist and author Moya Sarner recently pointed out how we hear what we want to hear. In Freudian terms, our superego is prone to distorting someone's words based on our state of mind and our biases. So it can help to practice openness, especially if it's something about ourselves we don't want to hear or an opinion that's opposite to ours. If we're open, we're more likely to get honest feedback that's good for us, that helps us grow. If we're known for shutting down or being defensive, even well-meaning people in our lives might stop offering constructive suggestions. This is where the phrase, "Maybe you're right," can be so effective. It doesn't commit us to agreeing with someone wholesale, but it does convey a willingness to exploring what the other person has said. It leaves room to reflect, discuss, ask more questions, and problem solve together. We might not always come to an agreement, but at least we can aim for compromise and move forward with both parties' feelings intact. In all relationships, It's so easy to be focused on ourselves, our opinions, and our need to be right. Sometimes we're afraid of being too soft or bending too much, of being taken advantage of. But it helps to take the long view and ask, what is it that we want out of our relationships? Most of the time, the answer is more harmony. That doesn't mean we should pretend to get along all the time or sugarcoat important and difficult truths. But we can set the intention to better understand each other, to really listen, and to let conversations evolve in a healthy, respectful, and compassionate way. On that note, wishing you a great week ahead, be well, and see you next time on The Gist.